Yo, what is going on, guys? This is Vanitas back with another video. If you remember last episode, I built that amazing castle behind me. Also, there is some wheat missing here, which is kind of annoying, so let's quickly fix that up. Let's equip all of my random stuff and give me a second to fix my inventory, and then I'll be back with you guys. Alright, everything is nice and sorted. So as I was saying last episode, I built these beautiful castle walls, and just look at them. Look at the amount of stuff I built in just one episode. And yeah, it did take a while. It honestly took me like 6 straight days of grinding and building, but I ended up making so much progress. As you can see, it is just looking amazing. And in today's episode, I'm gonna dial it back a bit and do a bit less stuff because, well, last episode, it was just dedicated to me building this entire structure and it was mostly just montages. So this episode, I'm gonna dial it back a bit and have a bit more of a chill episode. We have some villagers here, so pretty soon I'm gonna have to start setting stuff up. But as you can see, there's still a lot of stuff left to finish in here. It is still quite messy, but I'm gonna leave this castle for a little until later on in this episode, because today I got some exploring and looting to do. Now, as you probably remember, I have mentioned multiple times that I am hunting for a diamond beacon, and I have over a stack and a half of diamond blocks, which is absolutely diabolical to have this many diamonds. I have never had this many diamonds. So for this episode, my goal is to get a full diamond beacon. As you can see, I already have a nether star, because last episode, to celebrate 200 days, I beat the wither and I killed it twice, so that I can put one of the nether stars in a display case in my bedroom. So currently it is day 229, so we're well into the 300 day, well, not into the 300 days, but you know what I mean. We're getting closer to 300 days. What else am I gonna do this episode besides getting a diamond beacon? Well, I had a lot of things to think about, and last episode was a while ago now. It's gonna be a week tomorrow since I uploaded it. It is Tuesday currently, so sorry for that, kind of a late upload. That is because I was grinding building that castle for so long, and I wanted to take a break for a few days, and then I ended up just playing Fortnite every day, having fun with the OG season 5, you know what I mean. So I might have to honestly make a video on Fortnite. That would be pretty fun as well. It is a game that I've played for a long time, so I feel like that wouldn't hurt, and it would be pretty fun to make a video. So let me know in the comments if you would like a video on that as well. But anyway, as I was saying, what else am I gonna do? I was thinking of building an iron farm. Last episode, when I was talking about what am I gonna do in the castle, apart from building lots of trading posts with villagers, I'm gonna put farms in the towers because they're pretty big and have a lot of open space inside of them. So I'm gonna be building multiple automatic pumpkin farms and maybe other types of farms, and for that kind of stuff you need a lot of iron for like hoppers and pistons and stuff. So an iron farm would be very useful, so I'm gonna have to think about that as well. Maybe I'll do it later in this episode, because as all the previous episodes, I'm gonna have to probably do it in multiple recording sessions because it might not work out to do everything in one, but that's besides the point. And also I'm gonna build some cool stuff in there as well, perhaps do some terraforming. And one thing that I gotta do is think of how to decorate the walls themselves underneath here, because as you can see, I got this cool frame for these towers, and this is just kind of flat. So I'm gonna leave that for after I do terraforming, but pretty much that is something that I'm gonna try to think about and do some stuff as well. So pretty much this episode, long story short, be talking a lot about nonsense. Ooh, look at this. Got this cool blue glow. Whoa. Anyway, so pretty much this episode, I'm gonna be getting a diamond beacon, possibly building an iron farm, and just doing exploring and perhaps some more building on the castle. So Another thing that I'd like to mention that I did not mention last episode is when I was looking through mods pretty much. If you remember, I said that I wanted to use pale wood to pale oak, I think it's called pale oak, to build my castle with, but sadly I was unable to update to the newer version of Minecraft because a few mods didn't have newer versions. And I did look through mods there, see perhaps there is a mod that can add the pale garden to an older version, but sadly there wasn't. And honestly, if you guys know or have any ideas of how I could add the pale garden to this mod pack, this is version 1.21.1, so I think there's probably like no other way except updating it. So it is what it is, but it's kind of sad. So anyway, I was looking through mods and I was thinking maybe I can add something else, because as you know, if you've been watching from the start or if you've just joined, let me explain that this is a slightly modded series. Even though this is mostly vanilla, I do have a few mods like the supplementaries mod, which adds some cool little trinkets like jars and goblets and stuff for building, and a mod called artifacts, which adds just pretty much cool little accessories that each have their own cool quirks, like sprinting on water or having a chance to inflict a wither effect on your attacks. So pretty much just a bunch of cool little artifacts. And then I remembered that there was a very fun mod that I've played before in a pretty heavily modded mod pack called Simply Swords. So if you go and look over here, you can see all of these amazing sprites and all of these cool weapons have been added to the game. And pretty much what they are is they are cool weapons with each of them having their own unique ability. Different types of swords like a long sword or a katana. You know, they're just a bunch of I just said cool like 5 times. There's a bunch of cool different weapons, and these ones have each a unique effect. For example, this, each time you hit someone, there's a chance that they explode with fire. Or for example, this, it has a chance to convert positive effects into their negative counterpart, which is, I don't really know how that works, to be honest. Also, there's a thing called the Lich Blade, which is kind of like a cool upgradable weapon. And pretty much this mod reminds me of Terraria quite a lot, more specifically Calamity, because these sprites are very cool and remind me of that mod. So all of these have cool little effects. So while I'm gonna be exploring in the mines, hopefully I'm gonna be able to find some. And to be fair, the one that I do want to get the most is the Twisted Blade, because it is very fun to use, and every time you hit something, you increase the attack speed up to 15 times. And when you have a lot of these stacks to increase your attack speed, you can consume all of them and gain strength, which is pretty fun. And pretty much what I'm saying is that there's just a bunch of cool new weapons added, and maybe I'll be able to find some of them, maybe I won't. And if I do, I'll be able to use them and show you guys that it is a pretty cool mod. So I have been yapping for about like 10 minutes now, and I think it is time to head into the mines. So the first thing that I'm gonna do is stock up on, ooh, this is very messy. Let's quickly fix this up. Okay, I have cleaned out my backpack, and as you can see, I actually have a bunch of tropical fish, and I went and caught them in the mangrove forest here, or more exactly a swamp, because apparently the tropical fish spawn here, which is pretty cool. So I don't have to fly to an ocean. Now I would like to breed the axolotls, and dude, this water with these shaders is very hard to see through. Let me tweak some settings. Okay, there we go. I can see everything now. So we got this guy, and is there any other axolotl around here? Where are they? Oh, there's another one. No. Okay. Okay, so I fed them. Will they breed? I mean, it's hard to say. I actually can't find them properly there. This is very hard to see through because all the kelp has grown too much, honestly. Oh, there's another one. Okay, there's two guys next to each other here. So give you this, and you should breed, right? Will they do it? Are they like stuck? They're look. Oh! Oh my god! They did it. Let's go. Alright, so it works, which is great. Anyway, I got kind of sidetracked. Let's try to see if I have fireworks left in my ender chest. In my firework, okay, only a stack. That is not very good for me, but the good thing is that I do have a crap ton of gunpowder, so I can make just a bunch more. Thing is that I don't really have much more paper because I thought that it's gonna be an amazing idea to build sugarcane farm with my gunpowder farm, but when I went AFK for the first time at that farm, I forgot to build the sugarcane farm, so I ended up getting a lot of gunpowder and no sugarcane. So now pretty much I have all the gunpowder that I could ever need in my life, but no paper. So I mean, I was thinking I'm probably gonna have to build an automatic sugarcane farm in one of my castle walls. For now I'm getting by pretty well, but it's just I need some more, you know. Actually, I don't have a lot of food. Okay, I still have a stack of golden carrots. Also, my elytra is kind of low on durability, which is not awesome. It's definitely not awesome, but hopefully while I'm mining I can get it repaired. Now I'm just gonna fly around, and once I get into a good cave I'll let you guys know. Ooh, also we have some icebergs here, which is pretty cool to know. You know what, I'm gonna change back the shaders to the ones that I was using originally because I wanna change it up every once in a while. Damn, this is a pretty big ice spikes, but not ice spikes, but you know, thingy. Wait, there's an ocean monument right here as well. Wow. Alright, this is honestly an insanely big iceberg biome. Like, what, I've been flying for almost 2,000 blocks now and it hasn't ended yet. Holy, this is insane. Okay, finally we see land. I found a swamp, which is nice. It's good to have a swamp just in case I need it. Whoa, look at this. It's like a swamp mountain. I have never seen anything like this. What the hell is that? Bro, it's the bogged, yeah? Yeah, that's the bogged. Why was its head detached? Bro, I fixed the fresh animations mod. Why is it still bugged? Alright, whatever. My game is crashing for some reason. For the love of God, can I find a cave? Jeez. Is this a good cave? Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah, brother. This is what I like to see. Alright, let's start the mining and explore. I already see multiple diamonds, which is fantastic. But up here we got this little thing. Let's see. Nothing cool. Now, I'm not exactly sure how I can find the swords from the mod, because in the heavily modded mod pack that I played, pretty much you could just find them in random chests in modded dungeons, and I'm not sure if the same goes for, you know, this, you know, I said, you know, 5 times, so hopefully you know. Pretty much I'm unsure of how to find them. Also, I remember these urns had a chance to give them, and sadly it doesn't say here how you can get them. It should say, but it doesn't. Another way was to kill the wither. It had a 5% chance to drop from the wither, but it just doesn't show, so I'm just very unsure. Also, let's take a moment to see how many diamonds I'm just finding. I don't know, maybe my luck's just insane, but okay, we finally found a mimic, which is pretty cool. A new accessory, perhaps, a villager hat. It decreases the trading prices of villagers. That is great, honestly. That is a very great accessory. I can honestly put it on right now, but it does kind of look wonky with my helmet. Yeah, honestly, that's very useful. Yeah, I honestly do not mind that at all, since I am building a massive villager trading castle, or at least in making progress little by little. Having something like this is gonna prove very useful. Let's not die here, actually. Okay, I see another diamond. I'm gonna keep breaking these urns just in case I can get one of those swords, but I'm still not sure. So seems like this cave might just be death, you know? This might just be all for this cave. And I think I'm just gonna go try to find a new one, because this doesn't look like it goes many ways. This is a very nice area though. Honestly, all areas look beautiful with shaders. I mean, I'm just glazing everything I see. To be fair, this world has had some crazy generation. If y'all remember, on like episode 6 maybe, or like 7, I found a massive cave in the Mesa biome, which was just honestly bonkers. And it was like fully exposed, a lush cave, like it was beautiful. That wasn't glazed, that was honestly just insane. Okay, well, I see a lot of ores, and it does feel kind of like a waste to not get them, but like I should get them. Let's equip my pickaxe heater, another cool little item. And it, well, does what it says. It heats your pickaxe so that you automatically smelt ores, which saves a bunch of time. Grab all this gold and iron without having to worry about smelting it. Did see some diamonds somewhere around here. There we go. Oh my god, bro. There's just diamonds everywhere. Diamond here. Ooh, we also have a bit of the deep dark. I did see that this is a very large snowy mountain above us, so there is a big chance of an ancient city, but I'm not too interested in exploring that. If you remember, I already did that, not the previous episode, but the episode before that, and well, it was scary. Obviously, the warden is terrifying, definitely the scariest mob in the game, in my opinion, but I ended up surviving. Dude, what is this? Like right now on my screen, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different diamond veins. This is mental. Holy, and there's more that. I'm gonna get this diamond beacon in no time. And there's one here. Oh my god, this is. I don't know, bro. I'm just speechless, honestly. I honestly have no words for this. I actually do have quite a few words. All I can say is this is just insane. This is crazy, wild, bonkers even. Okay, more diamonds. Let's grab these. I didn't even see them. We got more here. We got more over here. We got a couple of these urns. Nothing cool. We got more diamonds here, and we're already at over 2 stacks of diamonds, which is honestly insane. Been mining for like what, not even 10 minutes, because I did look for caves. We got a diamond up here and a chest. Yo, okay, did not see this. This is a pretty rare irregular diamond ore, not a deep slate one, though I'm not very interested in collecting things like that, so doesn't matter. There's just diamonds here, there, everywhere. Holy, I haven't said how many I actually need. So I do need 9 stacks of diamonds. Currently I have 3, a bit more than 3. So I've been doing a lot of rambling so far, and I mean, I'm just really mining diamonds here. It's not really that interesting, so I'm just gonna get into my rhythm, put on some music, and try to find as many diamonds as possible. And if I do find something cool like one of those swords, then I will cut back and give you a little dialogue, well, a monologue, I guess, because I'm not actually in a conversation. Anyway, let me just lock in, mine a bunch of diamonds, and then we'll see if we can find anything cool. Okay, I am currently in the process of fighting a mimic. I had to pause my music, you know, because like, one thing actually that is quite annoying is I don't know how to record videos while having music on, because I really love listening to music. Whoa. It's just that I don't want to get like copyrighted, and you know, if I listen to music while recording, it's probably gonna be louder than me talking. So it's just kind of annoying that I don't know how to like record without recording the music that I'm listening to. So this is something that I've tried to get around for a while, but I honestly have no idea how to. I'd like need someone to like help me who actually knows that stuff. But anyway, I was listening to some music and then I had to pause it. So, you know, as you probably saw, I made a probably got around some diamond mining, but after I stopped recording, as you can see, I got like almost 2 stacks, so it's not something crazy. I honestly ran out of all of my luck the second I said I'm gonna lock in. Like, I really stopped finding all the diamonds. All the diamonds that I found were like pretty much during the recording that I was doing when commentating. Anyway, so we actually got an accessory. It's called the Universal Attractor, and it attracts nearby items. Well, this isn't anything crazy because I actually forgot to mention this last episode, but honestly, let's first get out of the cave because I am tired of mining, so let's just try to leave this cave now. Okay, wow, this is quite beautiful. So pretty much last episode I had to gather a lot of materials, and I ended up crafting some upgrades for my backpack. Wait, did I mention this? I actually don't remember. I think I didn't. So pretty much we got the crafting upgrade, but I also made the magnet, which is pretty much, it sucks up all the items nearby. So pretty much if I throw this and I get closer, yeah, it picks it up. Pretty much it allows you to pick up items from a bit further away. So when I was like grinding the mangrove trees, it really helped me out. Also, I made the jukebox upgrade, which, you know, allows you to play discs on yourself in your backpack, which I thought was pretty cool, but it's actually not because the discs are very quiet, so it was kind of useless. So I'm probably just not gonna use it. Actually, I can show you right now. It is like very, very quiet, and honestly, if I'm speaking, you probably can't even hear it. I mean, honestly, this is just kind of a disappointment, but it is what it is. Also, one thing I also what I forgot to mention last episode was that before the episode, when I went to, you know, farm up some shulkers, as I did mention that. So when I did that, I actually ended up dropping my sword into the void. Yes, pretty much what I was doing was trying to press the J button, which opens the journey map for me, you know. And instead of doing that, I pressed the H button, which throws out items. I have it set to throw out items on J and not on Q, because if it is on Q, then, you know, it is very easy to accidentally drop an item. from your hand, which was very annoying for me, so I changed it immediately when I started playing Minecraft on PC. But yeah, I actually threw out my sword, Kokorovatari, and I had to end up making a new netherite sword, which wasn't too difficult. And I ended up naming it Yumevatari because it kind of felt wrong to name it Kokorovatari again. And I didn't want to do the same thing I did with Gamba and Gamba 2, so I just named it after Yumevatari, which is pretty much another sword from the anime Monogatari, and it's just kind of like a sword brother. It's pretty much a similar sword. So yeah, that explains, if anyone noticed the different name. That explains it, though I doubt anyone noticed, but I just wanted to mention that because when I was editing I actually saw that I forgot to mention it. Well, anyways, I got almost 5 stacks of diamonds, so now all I need is around 4 stacks and I'll have enough diamonds for a diamond beacon. I'm gonna do that in this episode, but I'm not gonna finish that right now. I'm probably gonna continue mining later on in the episode, and it's probably just gonna be a quick little montage of me finding the rest of the diamonds that I need, because I feel like too much of this episode has been already used up for mining and yapping about nonsense. Though one thing that I can say is that I do wanna make more episodes with more yapping in them, but that does in turn make them longer and perhaps more boring. But like, there are lots of things I want to talk about, and I think it's just pretty fun to do that. I don't know how long this episode already is, but I have been recording for an hour now. And yeah, let's fix up my backpack now. I'll sort out everything, and let's make all of these into blocks, and we have 34 more diamond blocks. So there we go, over 2 stacks of diamond blocks. Absolutely crazy if you ask me. I also found quite a few emeralds from those urns. I kept breaking them, sadly, and quite unsurprisingly, not a single one of those swords dropped, but you know, it just is what it is. I'm pretty sure they're like, I honestly have no idea how you can get them, because as I said, I had them in a pretty heavily modded mod pack with a bunch of content mods and stuff, and this mod pack doesn't have nearly as many mods like that, meaning that I'm not sure if I can even find one of those swords in the wild, you know. So I got some amethyst shards, which is pretty useful. I can make a, oh well, I have actually quite a few already, but I can make a little telescope, or whatever it's called, a spyglass. Yep. And now I can zoom in quite a lot with this, and then with the zoom I can zoom on incredibly far away, which is kind of cool, you know. Allows me to see every pixel in a block. Okay, so spent a lot of the episode so far doing a bunch of yapping, and yeah, as I was saying, let me yap a bit more. As I was saying, I want to do more episodes where I just do something chill and just talk more, because you know, most of the YouTubers who have inspired me and I've watched while growing up have done the type of content which is like more chill and talking more and connecting a lot with the viewer. A really cool YouTuber who really inspires me right now, and I really love watching his videos, is Ken. He makes Clash Royale content, and I mean, he's quite very popular right now, and I really love his style of videos. He just plays Clash Royale and just talks about life, you know. He like talks about stuff with no filter, talks about difficulties and life, and you know, his YouTube career, his inspirations, his stuff pretty much. And it also inspires me because the way he talks about it, the way he talks about YouTube, his passion, it inspires me to do better. Every time I watch one of his videos, I like rethink my life, honestly. Another YouTuber that really inspires me is Mumbo Jumbo, because I have been watching his content for years, and he's very good at Minecraft, honestly. Like, maybe he's not like good in terms of like raw skill, but he's very good he's very good at redstone. And though he may be seen as the redstone guy, he's actually also incredibly good at building. Pretty much there are a lot of YouTubers who inspire me, and that's why I really wanted to be a YouTuber. That's why I am doing or trying to do YouTube now. I'm trying to make it work, because so many of the people that inspire me are YouTubers themselves. I mean, I'm sure this is true for a lot of kids that, you know, they grew up watching a bunch of YouTubers and they were dreamed of being a YouTuber as a kid, you know. I'm sure the majority of people my age and, you know, teenagers who are a bit younger than me feel the same way. You know, you grow up watching your favorite YouTubers and you think, damn, I want to be like him or her or them, whatever. I want to be like them. I also want to play video games, make cool videos, have a cool community, and that's what inspires me. That's what I want to do. Sometimes I catch myself not staying true to my passion, you know? See, I really want to do YouTube, but I feel like I'm not passionate enough. I feel like I don't want it enough. Like, there are days where I could record a video or make some content, but I end up being lazy and not doing it. I catch myself doing that and I think, do I not want it enough? Do I not want to succeed enough that I'm doing these things? You know? Which kind of makes me sad, honestly. When I catch myself being lazy. Like, god damn it, Wanitas. If this is what you want to do, then do it. Why are you being lazy? And I feel like that's true for so many things in life. You get motivated, you get hyped, like, got that 3 a.m. motivation, like, tomorrow I'm gonna get up, I'm gonna go for a 10-kilometer run, I'm gonna make a YouTube video, I'm gonna stick to my diet perfectly. Like, so many things you think about and get motivated on, but then when it comes to actually doing them, you end up being untrue to yourself, I guess you could say. And I keep falling off because I disabled toggle crouch and I I forget I need to hold it right now. Pretty much, I know that I've rambled a bit here, but as I said, this is kind of what I want to do. I want to talk a lot as well, because that's like how you connect to the viewer. So yeah, I feel like there are so many things in life that you just want to do, you hype yourself up for it, and then you end up not doing it. And YouTube is one of those things that I really wanna grind, I wanna do. And then when I catch myself being lazy and skipping out on doing stuff that I know I'm supposed to do, it just kind of makes me feel awful. Especially when I think about the fact that, you know, I want to be like those people who have inspired me. But then I think about the fact that those people also had to work hard. They had to put in the hours, they had to grind. So if I want to be like them, I'm also gonna have to grind. So why am I not grinding then, you know? And this little talk here is pretty much inspired by Ken, you know? The type of things that you don't often talk about, type of things that YouTubers don't often talk about. more personal things, that's the kind of stuff that I also want to talk about, because it really inspires me, and it really feels nice if I know that there's someone on the other end of the screen who can relate to me, who is similar to me and is also watching this and is thinking, damn, I wanna be that, I wanna be a YouTuber, I wanna be a veterinarian, I wanna be a doctor, I wanna be a teacher, like whatever you wanna be. I know I'm like a bit too young to give out life advice, but then again, I'm not an idiot, you know? No matter what you wanna be in life, it's gonna take a lot of hard work. Whether you wanna be a YouTuber or a crypto millionaire, do you think all of those people became successful by wishing to be successful? No. They worked hard. They worked very hard. See, this talk that I'm giving, I'm not giving it to you guys exactly. I'm actually more giving it to myself. And I feel like by talking to you guys like this, trying to give you guys motivation, I motivate myself even more, you know? For example, a good example is giving my friends motivation in the gym and help in the gym. I mean, I'm pretty experienced in the gym. I've been going for almost 3 years and I know quite a lot. I've done a lot of research and brushed up on a lot of studies about working out, so like I do kind of know my stuff. And no, it's really nice when I can help out my friends, when I can give them motivation to push through their limits, when I can give them motivation and help and tips on working out, on making progress. And it's even more amazing when I see them listen and succeed from it, you know? And it's also a way for me to stick to those things even more, because if I end up giving someone tips about working out, I'm gonna end up listening to those tips myself, you know? So if I give tips to people about being successful, despite me myself not being some successful person, I will listen to those tips myself, you know? So as I'm talking about having to work hard for your goals and your dreams, I'm also like mentally ingraining that in my own brain. And honestly, the last thing about being successful, aside from putting in the hours and wishing upon it, it's being confident. If you're not confident in, oh, that is a massive hole. If you're not confident in becoming successful, if you don't think that you can become successful, then you won't. If you think that you're gonna fail, you'll fail. But if you think that you're gonna succeed, spoiler alert, you're gonna succeed. And that is kind of like wishing upon it, you know, wishing upon success, which I said doesn't work. But being confident in your own success is very different from wishing upon your own success. If you're confident that you will succeed, you will know that you can succeed. I guess a good example from my life would be my finals in high school that happened now actually 2 months ago. So it was definitely a very scary period in my life, that 1 month with all of those final exams, and it was terrifying. I mean, 12 years of school, you know, elementary school, middle school, high school, and now it's the end, the final exams, and just the weight of the fact that if you fail, you'll feel disappointed in yourself, because you know that you You tried those 12 years. You did your best, or at least tried to do your best, and then you failed. That can be really disappointing. So it was very scary, but in the end I ended up passing all of my exams because I knew that I can. I knew that I can pass them. I knew that I can succeed in them. I went in knowing that as long as I do all the tasks, as long as I do the exam and I try, I know that I will pass. The scariest part was going to the exam. Once I sat down, started writing, and I was locked in, I was focused. Then all of my fears disappeared. And once I left the exam room, oh my god. Once I left the exam classroom, once I left the school that the exam was taking place in, every single time, because I had 5 exams, every single exam, I just felt incredibly relieved and happy because I knew that it's all over and I had confidence that I will pass. And since it was all over, I knew that I'm as good as done, So, long story short, I've been rambling for like 15 minutes now. If you want to be successful, you have to believe that you will be successful. But it's not about believing and just wishes. It's a trifecta between being confident in yourself, putting in the hard work, and just wishing upon it. Even though wishing upon success will not bring you success, but it's also a part of it. It seems like these 15 minutes of me rambling have flown by, and that is the kind of videos that I want to make. These last, what is this, episode 14? These last multiple videos, last 15, I don't know how many videos I've made so far since I came back. They've been, me trying to make progress every time, and I feel like I can make progress every time. It's just that I need to not just feel that I can make progress, I need to actually do it. And I've been finding it kind of hard to push myself out of my comfort zone, try new things, but with this episode, that's what I'm trying to do. Forget the montages of me building and mining. Like, I want to talk about stuff. I want to talk about life. I want to talk about my own life. I want to talk about you guys. I want to connect with you guys, with the viewers. Currently, I don't have many viewers, but I know that one day I can have a lot of viewers. I know that one day I can have a big community which I can connect with, and that is my goal. It's not about having millions of views. It's about me having a community that I can connect with and have fun interacting with. It's about having a community that I'm excited to make videos for, and I feel like I can do it. I feel like I can. I'm confident in myself, which is why I'm doing it, which is why I'm trying it. Why I'm trying my best. Or at least I think I am, but then again, sometimes I'm too lazy. So see, this kind of little rambling I would have probably cut out a couple months ago, but this time I'm gonna leave it in. I don't care if the episode is 40 minutes long again. I don't care if it's an hour long. If that's what it takes, if it takes 1 hour long episodes for me to do what I want to do, then I will do the 1 hour episodes. Who cares? And the people that will watch these 1 hour episodes. Well, actually, I don't know if this will be 1 hour, but the people that will sit through these ramblings and will enjoy them and will write a comment, a fun fact about themselves, those are the people that I want to make videos for. Going on a different topic aside from motivational life speeches. As I said, I'm not old. I haven't had that much life experience to be giving out life advice, but I feel like different perspectives can't hurt, right? Life advice can help you, whether it's from a 30-year-old uncle, whether it's from your grandpa or grandma, or it's from a fresh high school graduated kid like me. Everyone has their own point of view, and over time it changes. That's why hearing other people's point of view is also very cool. We've got a big wall here. I took this build up by the horns, grabbed the bull by the horns, winged it completely, because I started rambling about stuff and I didn't want to talk about stuff without actually doing anything, So now I'm actually building while talking. And if this is gonna be a 1 hour video, as I said, it is what it is, though that wasn't exactly my goal, but that's fine. Okay, now on another note, got kind of sidetracked talking about life point of views there. So today I went to college. Yeah, crazy, right? Something that I had no idea I'm gonna be doing. I ended up deciding that I guess I'll do it. Even now it hasn't set in yet, and it's kind of scary to think about, but I'm gonna do it. Wasn't a thing that I wanted to do that much. That was because I didn't think it will be that useful for me. Because if I'm gonna be completely honest, I feel like going to college or university a lot of times ends up quite useless and ends up wasted. But that just depends on the person, realistically. And I feel like in my case, if I go, it will turn into something useful. So yeah, today I went to sign a contract with the college pretty much. I got an invitation. Pretty much I applied and then got an email saying, yeah, you're invited. Which was kind of scary, but I went today. Had to stand for an hour in a line until I was able to sit down next to the lady. She gave me some papers. I had to sit down again in another spot and read all the terms and conditions pretty much, which took like 10 minutes because there was a lot of stuff written there. But yeah, I read it, didn't really understand most of it, but I mean, if there's anything that's I'm unsure of, I can always come back and read it again. It's in my drawer. So I signed the papers and officially I'm gonna be in college. So yeah, now we got this wall. I've been rambling about life and I'm gonna have to make it into a cooler wall. If we look at that over there, that is gonna be pretty much something that I'm gonna base it off of, but not exactly. As I said, mumbo jumbo. In season 10 of Hermitcraft, his base is on a cliff that he built himself, and I really loved the way he built that cliff, the way it looked. I'm gonna be trying to take some inspiration from that and put it into this wall. Try to do a similar design, make a little gradient going through here, and then at the top make some grass and dirt and granite and some what is it called, dripstone. Yeah, dripstone, I forgot the name for a bit. But sadly, I don't have any dripstone, and I don't know where I can go to mine some. I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna get some dripstone, and I might leave it there for this episode. Well, not exactly. I'm also gonna include the part of me getting more diamonds and then showing you the full diamond beacon. Is this the cave? Hell yeah. So right now I'm gonna be taking a break, and I'm gonna see you guys after probably a montage of me mining diamonds, and we're gonna check out the full diamond beacon. So see you then. Well guys, I am back. So there are a few things I'm gonna need to talk about right now, and I'm gonna talk about them while I'm building this beacon. As you can see, I have gotten all of the diamonds and I have some leftovers. As you saw in the montage, I showed multiple diamonds getting mined, but I didn't show every single one because there were just so many that the diamond mining montage would have been like 5 minutes long, I'm not gonna lie. So here I am building this beacon, and as you can see, there's dirt under it. That is because I had already built it, and I had already recorded this little part of me building it. But when I was editing the video yesterday, the video you're currently watching, the final clip, final 10 minutes of the video, had no audio, which was very awesome, and I was very sad because I couldn't finish editing it. So here I am today, finishing up what I started, re-recording this part of me building the beacon. I'm gonna give myself some speed, and there we go. That's the diamond beacon, looking awesome. Also, in the mines, I found this lucky scarf, which applies an extra level of fortune to mined blocks, which is honestly amazing, because now I can get I was able to get even more diamonds faster, and from here on out it will be much easier to collect resources. So here's the diamond beacon. Here's me covered up in random accessories. So yeah, in that little part that I recorded, I talked about some stuff, and well, I'm gonna have to talk about it again because it had no audio. So the first thing that I'm gonna talk about is, well, don't worry, this isn't gonna be as big of a yap fest as the others in this episode. Pretty much my plans for the future and for, well, the foreseeable future. So what I'm gonna be doing is starting a Pokemon Let's Play. Yes, I'm a very big fan of Pokemon games, and I love playing Pokemon games. And I've been inspired by a couple of my favorite Pokemon YouTubers, United Gamer and Original 51, to make a Pokemon Let's Play. So the past few days I've been playing Pokemon Fire Red Randomizer Nuzlocke to test things out, test out the waters, see how it goes, and it was incredibly fun. I was staying up until 2 a.m. grinding pretty much on my phone, which was incredibly fun to do. And the first time I've done a Nuzlocke, and it was super fun. I ended up beating the champion just yesterday in Fire Red. It was very hard, a very hard battle, but I ended up victorious, and I didn't even have that many dead Pokemon, like only 8. So yeah, I'm gonna be starting a Pokemon Let's Play along with my Minecraft survival world. I'll try to make both of them work, and I'm sure it's gonna be a ton of fun. The game that I'm gonna be playing is gonna be Pokemon Emerald, and also I'm gonna be doing a randomizer Nuzlocke because playing the game like that is just so much fun. Like, randomizers are awesome, and the Nuzlocke aspect makes it so that it is not too broken. You know, you can't just encounter the legendary and catch it whenever you want because it's a Nuzlocke. And if you guys don't know what a Nuzlocke is, I'm gonna be explaining it to you when I drop the video. And yeah, as I said, I'm sure it's gonna be a lot of fun. So right now, I'm gonna finish this recording. I'm gonna edit this video, and you're gonna see it probably on the same day that I'm recording this. And then I'm gonna have to take some time to try and set up the Pokemon Emerald Let's Play. The first thing that I'm gonna have to do is learn how to make an overlay. So currently what you see me recording my screen is just Minecraft gameplay, but for a Pokemon Let's Play I'm gonna try to make a cool overlay so that it looks a bit better, because I'm gonna have to play on an emulator obviously to make it a randomizer. So I'm gonna be trying to make one of those cool overlays, try to base it off someone like Small and also an awesome YouTuber who I really love. So yeah, pretty much I'm gonna be doing a Pokemon Emerald Let's Play, Pokemon Emerald Randomizer Nuzlocke Let's Play. That's a lot of words along this Minecraft world, and I'm gonna be trying to make both of them work at the same time. I'm gonna try to not be lazy, and I'm sure it's gonna be a ton of fun. So thank you guys for watching this video. This was pretty much a yap fest, not that much stuff done. All I did is make a diamond beacon, mine a bunch of diamonds. But I hope the people who have stayed this entire hour of the video enjoyed it, and if you did, comment milk. I don't remember if I said that before, but I'm pretty sure I said that in the recording without audio. So comment milk if you made it this far. It was a ton of fun making this episode. I really enjoyed yapping, and even though it's gonna be a longer episode, that's fine, because this is the type of content that I want to make now. So leave a like if you did enjoy this video, comment any suggestions, anything at all. Just leave a comment, please. That would be awesome. Make sure to subscribe to follow my Minecraft world and see where we go with that castle, and to stay tuned for the Emerald Let's Play. So once again, thanks for watching and goodbye.